the government required people to take 5 days off as part of work reform in Japan, but it is often difficult to take all at once. And in the end, most people end up taking 1 day off at a time throughout the year. What do you think about this compared to your country?
I mean, I don't understand why people don't take paid vacation. I mean, they can just enjoy and they get paid. I don't really understand it. Lunch hour is counted toward working hours because I'm having lunch because I'm working. So
what are your thoughts on the Japanese work culture and the way Japanese people work compared to your China?
As a tourist visiting Japan.
Thank you for your time. I'm Hope. May I have your name?
My name is Zhen Xiang.
Zhen Xiang.
Yeah, it's a
Nice to
Chinese
meet
name.
you.
Nice to
Okay.
meet you too.
All right. So where are you from?
I'm from China.
Okay.
Beijing, China, to be more
Beijing.
specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you on vacation?
Yeah.
Okay. How many days are you planning to be here?
I'm planning to stay in Japan for 9 days. 9 days, yeah.
Okay. So I'd like to ask you some questions about the work environment in your country. So are you an employee or self-employed?
At this moment, I would say self-employed, but I have been working for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you about the 3 years. Okay. So what was your job?
Kind of paperwork, something like that.
Okay. What industry?
Education industry.
Oh, okay.
Something, yeah.
Interesting. So in Japan, 6 months after starting the job, the law ensures 10 paid holiday per year. But many people don't take them all due to the high pressure. How many paid holidays do you get per year? And what's the legal minimum in your country?
So if you have been working for less than 10 years, you get 5 days of paid holiday.
Okay.
If you have been working between 10 years and 20 years, then you have 10 days. And if you have been working for more than 15 or 20 years in the same, maybe not the same, but if you have been working for more than 20 years, then you have 15 paid holidays. So it's not a lot. It's actually less compared to many other countries, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I think most people they do get the holiday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get them immediately after joining the company or some months after?
12 months. So 1 year after. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you usually do during your paid holiday?
I would say mostly travel because I like to explore other places.
Okay.
Yeah, and I may go out with friends.
Right.
So yeah, if only 1 day or 2, I may go out with friends. If 3 days, 4 days, and I could visit some other places together with national holidays or weekends, which makes it like 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So do you usually travel abroad or inside China?
Well, it depends. During COVID, you don't really travel abroad, but after COVID, I sometimes travel abroad.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So most Japanese people don't use them all, but do you have to use them all within a year?
Well, it depends. Some company they ask that their employee must use it within the year, but some companies you could use it on the other year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can carry.
Yeah, you can carry on the day. Yes.
Okay. So in 2019, the government required people to take 5 days off as part of work reform in Japan. But it is often difficult to take it all at once. And in the end, most people end up taking 1 day off at a time throughout the year. What do you think about this compared to your country?
I think I mean, I don't understand why people don't take paid vacation. I mean, they can just enjoy and they get paid. I don't really understand it.
Right. Well, maybe because the other people at work think like, are you taking it?
Oh,
So no atmosphere like that in China.
I would say, well, maybe because I think maybe different companies are different, and if a company has many older elder person, they think that you have to work hard.
Right.
That's like the culture. But if you live in a company, if you work in a company where there are many, there are more young people,
right.
there are more new generations, then they think working as they don't really work that hard. They don't live to work. They work to live.
Right.
So I think people like to take more holidays.
Right.
Yeah.
So depends on the generation.
Yes, generations and also companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
For example, in some internet related companies, they get paid a lot. They really they earn a lot of money. So they might not take the holiday. Because maybe they could get more bonus or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but in most companies, I would say, I think they don't really work too much.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. So, do you usually take them all at once or split it them?
The company I used to work is a little bit different. Sometimes we work on weekends, and then but the days can be counted toward the paid holidays, so I can take additional days later.
Right.
So for me, I like to put them together, so I have a longer holiday.
Right.
Yeah.
So you tend to take them all at once.
Yes. Or maybe for me, legally I have 5 days, but then in some busy month I may work during weekend.
Right.
So I may put them together and make it like 20 days.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
Wow, that's a lot.
it's more relaxed. Yeah, but in busy month I work at weekends, so it's very tired as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. So do people often use their paid holiday to travel abroad?
It depends. Some people they don't really know English, or they think travel abroad is a little bit dangerous. For example, to maybe Southeast Asia, some people think it's dangerous.
Right.
So they travel within the country because China is a big country.
Right. Yeah. It is.
But some people, for example, myself, I like to go abroad.
Right.
Yeah, because I like to get in touch with more culture and experience new things. Well, it really depends on people.
Okay,
yeah, but I would say well-educated people may like to travel abroad, and yeah, but I would say the majority, maybe 80%, they don't normally go abroad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Thank you. So does your boss ever contacted you about work while you were on a vacation?
Yes, sometimes. But well, I tend to ignore, or maybe when I go back to my hotel, I spend like 20 minutes to reply to work emails, something like that.
Okay.
But
is that usual? That happen often, or?
It depends on the work, I would say. Yeah. But for me, it is quite often. For example, if I have 10 days, maybe 5 of them, I have to deal with work for not a lot of time, like 20 minutes a day.
Right.
Yeah, I have to deal with it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it, but that's the reality.
Okay. All right. Okay. I want to ask you about sick leaves. Do you have sick leaves in your country's laws or company?
Yeah, but you don't get paid full. You only get paid like 70%.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, you are sick for 1 month, and you don't get bonus, but the basic salary you get 70%.
Okay.
Yeah. If you take, for example, 3 days, and the 3 days you only get 70% of your full salary.
Okay.
So it's not you get the day, but you don't get paid full.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are not familiar with the concept. Can you explain it briefly? What the sick leaves are?
If you, for example, if you get sick and you go to the doctor and then you get the doctor's note saying that the people is sick and he needs to take rest for 3 days, and then after you return, you deliver the note to the company, and then they will give you the money, something like yeah. But
So
different company is different. Some company they may not require the doctor's note.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and some company you need to, like if you are sick, you need to write an email immediately to your senior,
Right.
and then go to the doctor. So you need to like let them know your condition beforehand.
Right.
So yeah, it is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the maximum number of days for sick leaves?
Sorry, I don't really know.
Okay. So you didn't get sick.
I don't. I get sick sometimes, but not like for 1 month or something like that. So I don't really know about that.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
So what happens if you get sick and take sick leaves for 1 month or 2 months? Could it affect your promotion or evaluation?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Japan, sick leave, we don't have sick leaves.
Oh.
So if we get sick or flu, we have to use the paid holiday.
Oh.
So the paid holiday get even less.
Oh.
So what do you think about this compared to your country?
I think this is not a good thing because you are sick. I mean, it's not that you don't want to go to work. It's that you are sick. So
it's not good.
It's not good. And also, I think if a country has a relatively long paid holiday, people could go out and then they consume, they spend money, which is also good for the economy. So yeah, I don't think it's really a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but on the other hand, for someone who hires people, they want to make profit.
Right.
So they have there should be a balance. So you can't like have very long holiday. That would then nobody wants to be a business owner because people are just enjoying life. They are not working. So there has to be some sort of balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Let me ask you about overtime next. Okay, how many hours do you work per day, and how many days do you work per week?
Legally, we work 5 days a week and 8 hours a day.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes we overwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about when you worked as a educational industry? How many days did you work?
It depends on the season. So in some seasons, I work overtime. Not normally at night. I mean, 8 hours a day. But sometimes I work on Saturday and Sundays.
Okay.
But I get the hours back. Like in less busy month. So for me, I think it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the best, but yeah, it's okay for me. Yeah.
How often did you work overtime? Busy in busy season?
In busy month, like every week I may work on Saturday.
Okay.
So for like 2 months, I work 6 days a week and 8 hours a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there laws regulating overtime in your country?
Yes, there are laws, but it's not very strictly enforced. So if many people work overtime, the boss will not be punished.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there is regulation, but it's not strictly done.
Right.
I would say, yeah.
Okay. In Japan,
Uh-huh.
like coworkers or bosses are still working.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to leave the company even
Uh-huh.
if you finish working
Uh-huh.
on time.
Uh-huh.
How about that in your country?
I think it depends on generation.
Right.
For example, in my father's generation, I would say they have a little bit fear of their boss or senior positions.
Fair?
But a little bit
right,
scared or fear. They think they are like superior. Yeah.
Right.
But for me, or our generation, we don't really think about that.
Okay. All right. Okay. In Japan, there's also a practice called unpaid overwork. I mean overtime.
Yeah.
In which employees do not get paid for working an additional 15 or 30 minutes or sometimes some hours. And our survey shows that about 40% of people in Japan work an average of 18 hours of unpaid overtime per month. How's it in your country?
We do have some. For example, if the working time is set to be from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., we sometimes if we get off work at 6:20, we don't get paid for that time. So I think it's quite it's similar. And also some companies are really strict, so you have to use your fingerprint to record the time where you start your work and when you finish your work.
Right.
So yeah.
So in that case, you get paid overtime.
No, as well.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, so you like
they just want to make sure that you come on time and you leave after the set time. So you have you have to spend the 8 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And also I think one thing that is not very good is that we so in China the working hour is 8 hours per day, but lunchtime is not counted toward the 8 hours.
Okay.
So so if we start at 9 a.m. Lunchtime is usually between 12 noon to 1 p.m. So it's 3 hours in the morning and 5 hours in the afternoon. So from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, right.
So, but in some countries, the lunch hour is counted toward working hours because I'm having lunch because I'm working. So yeah, so I think it's different. So in China, so you have to work from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Right.
But some countries maybe 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. That's not something I like. But then yeah, that's the national law, so it's not something I could change.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But we also sometimes take small naps in the
Oh, you do?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's maybe not that bad. But I don't take naps. Some people take naps, so they may like it very much.
Okay.
But I don't really like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in Japan, there's an expectation to sacrifice personal time for the sake of contributing to the company. Do you have a similar sense of loyalty and a desire to contribute to companies in your country?
It depends on the company. If you are working for like a government-owned large company, they have that kind of culture.
Right.
But if you, for example, I work for a private company, so we don't really have strong loyalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the last question. What are your thoughts on the Japanese work culture and the way Japanese people work compared to your China?
As a tourist visiting Japan, I thought Japanese, they don't work that much because I see that people are traveling a lot and they have lunch, they have dinner, and I've heard that Japanese people overwork in Chinese media. But when I come here, I thought it was not that bad.
Okay.
But after hearing what you said, I think it's not very good. But it takes time to change that.
Okay.
Maybe years. Not just from the government, but also from the culture. If people have they don't not that they don't respect, they don't
Uh-huh.
have fear from about the
Seniors.
seniors. They the thing may change,
Uh-huh.
and also I think it also it has also something to do with salaries.
Uh-huh.
And for example, I think Japan is not very it's not very cheap compared to other countries,
Uh-huh.
and the wage is not very high.
Uh-huh.
So maybe people work overtime to make more money so they can live better lives. It's also similar in China. Some people they want to work overtime because they want to make more money so that they can afford a house and a nice car and something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and the rent is also quite high in China as well.
Okay.
I mean, it's not good, but to change that, the whole country need to work together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay, thank you very much.
Not a problem.